I'm so excited that you guys are here because I know I'll never make it to Austin ever. But
Don't say never.
well, hopefully one day. I don't know. But when I grew up Mormon, very indoctrinated, very a lot of the cultures like you described earlier, a lot of toxic perfectionism and all this stuff. So as like you were a fundamentalist at one point, right?
Right.
So how did you get over like some of your irrational fears that may have lingered? Like even though I've been an atheist for a long time, sometimes one or two might pop up, and I know it's
You talking about like fear of hell, or?
not hell. I actually like hearing Matt Dillahunty speak about hell. I think helped a lot. Other things like
So what kind of fears are you talking about?
this is really embarrassing. Huh?
You're among friends.
Yeah. Well, like sometimes. Thank you. Aw. Like I live alone, so if I hear like a bump in the night, you know, like my first thing is, I hope it's not a ghost, and I know it's not.
Okay.
I know it's not.
Funny story is I was talking to somebody who was laughing about people believing in ghosts, and then I found out they believed in demons. They thought it was ridiculous that someone would believe ghosts were responsible for certain things, but it's okay to think that demons were responsible for those things. But as far as irrational, I don't know that was about like tied to my religious deconversion. I think that was tied to once I got a mortgage. Ghosts just didn't see, it was like, bring on the demon, because this thing is the biggest thing I fear right now is this mortgage. I think for me, taking responsibility for my life, that's a huge thing too, right? So the empowerment that you get when you step away from religion, because somebody mentioned earlier about not having that safety net, and I think that when you become responsible for your life and everything that happens in your life, when you don't just sit down and pray about it, when you actually have to do things, when stuff won't get done if you don't do it, when you have to pay that electric bill or the lights don't come on, when you become responsible for me, it meant trying to empower myself in as many areas of my life as possible so that I could then control as much as I could. It's not like I think I can control everything. I understand there are aspects of existence that are beyond one individual's capacity to control. But at the same time, knowing that, why would I want to give up or relinquish control of things if I could control them? It's like knowing that I can't control it 100%, but if I can control it 80%, wouldn't I want that control? Right? Don't I want to run my life as much as I can? And things are going to happen to people that take it away from them. Not everybody has the same capacity for control of their life, even if they're still a human being. And so for me, when I started to understand that I was the person who was ultimately responsible for everything in my life, literally the supernatural, weird little childlike fears that I had dissipated. I mean, all I had to think about was, man, I have all this responsibility. I have this work that I have to do. I have this project that's, is in jeopardy, and I have to get this done. I didn't really, and what's really funny is when I was little, my parents had no filter I was allowed to watch horror movies, like really graphic horror films, The Exorcist, when I was like single digit old. And part of it was I had a 5-year older sibling, and my argument, which I guess to my parents was really compelling, was how come they get to watch it? Well, because they're older and they don't freak out at night and not sleep and come running into our room to sleep because they're terrified of The Exorcist. So it's not a good idea to necessarily let every kid watch everything they want to see, even if they make a big fuss. There's the parental, guidance that I'm offering. But at the same time, now, I can't consume enough horror. Like, I watch horror movies all the time, and I'm just like, oh, that's not even scary. Like, give me something scary. And I sometimes complain and say, nothing scares me anymore, right? I can't even get scared. I can't even find that scary thing. So when I do stumble across one that's still a little frightening or unnerving, I'm like, ooh, that's pretty good. That was good written, well-written plot, good direction. What? Okay.
Well, let's see. What I think about the question, and I'm a bad person to ask because I was raised by atheist parents, so I don't have those same superstitions about hell or supernatural stuff that a lot of people do, although all kids think things are out to get them. And so we have that shared experience. But what I think is really important in general in dealing with fears and anxieties mostly is to seek out conversation and sympathy from other people. And I think that's true no matter what kind of anxieties you're having, which is why I'm so stoked that all these people from all over the place are converging on Oklahoma, because a lot of atheists don't get to spend time with other atheists regularly. And just feel free to speak their mind without being afraid that other people will think they're crazy. And talking through the things that are bothering you is so important to everyone. My son Ben, who's been going to Camp Quest in Texas for many years, I used to always ask him, so did they push skepticism on you? Did they have classes in atheism? And he would say no, but it was a great experience, because when I go to school, I have to moderate what I say all the time, because most people believe in God, and I might lose friends. But at Camp Quest, I can just say those things, and people will be sympathetic to me. And I think we all underestimate how important community is to everybody, including atheists.
Yeah, I agree with that, 100%.